What's going on, guys? Flight simulation experience back here for another stream in the beautiful TBM930. Just doing a quick walk around here, checking this beautiful bird out in the gunmetal livery. Absolutely love this livery. Totally forgot how fun this airplane is to fly. She is a little speed demon, that's for sure. We are also in the interior mod, carbon black interior mod. Absolutely beautiful. All right, that's enough of the intro there. Let's go ahead and jump into this bird and get her all fired up. So as you can see, the title of the video, we are flying from FARO here in Spain all the way to, God, I'm going to butcher the name of this airport, Gibraltar International Airport, and then from there back to FARO. So we're going to fly there and then fly back. Should be a good stream, be probably a few hours. Got the flight plan all in Navigraph. The only thing we got to do now is we just got to get this bird fired up. It took me a minute to relearn how to fly this airplane, for sure. But, you know, as muscle memory, everything pretty much came back with after a few flights. But got a full, pretty good, extensive checklist for us today. Let me fix a few things on my end first. Let me just make sure that we are good on the stream end, which looks to be good. Okay, I got the flight plan there. And okay, so first things first, we're going to do we just did our walk around of the aircraft, and now let's go and let's do a safety check of the aircraft. It is a little warm out here. We are flying at 10:48 a.m., so it would be Pacific time. It's not that time over in Spain right now, but that would be towards Eastern time. Excuse me, not Pacific time, Eastern time. So it is a little warm out here. It's about 16 degrees. Actually, what is the temperature? Let me double check the weather. The temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. So we'll go ahead and turn this on to maybe low, and our temp fan to low, fan of 1, temp to low. The AC light needs to be in the off position. All our de-iced systems need to be in the off position for engines for power up. The parking brake is set. The gear is down. We will check the gear lights once we power up the aircraft. According to the manual, hot airflow needs to be pushed to the feet position. Bleed air needs to be off. Manual override is fully off. You don't need to mess with the trim. The idle feather is in the off position, and as usual, the Xbox controller I use always retracts the flaps whenever I turn it off. So we'll bring those flaps back up, and our alternate static air source needs to be pushed in, which it is. Beautiful. Doors are open. We'll close those in a minute. Let's establish some power into the aircraft. Crash bars up, bat 1, and generator power. Garmin 3000 coming alive. Absolutely beautiful. Stunning eye candy here, I like to call it. We're going to go ahead and click this button to get our Garmin systems fired up and operating. Okay, so got quite a few things to do here. The weather is a little iffy, as we could see, so we're going to check our gear, make sure the lights work, which they do, and our light test.
TOS system test. Okay.
Okay, so it checks out good. Beautiful. We are going to be firing ourselves up on VATSIM today. So we're just going to go, just to try to maybe get some traffic, we're going to connect to the network, but we're not going to fly online. I kind of want to just focus on the procedures and the checklist. Also, too, we need to go down here to check our breakers, make sure all our breakers are in, which none of them are popped. If a breaker has been popped out, that means the circuit breaker went blue, and we don't see any of those. So that's all good. So our safety checklist has been complete. We powered up the aircraft. The first thing we want to do now is turn on our nav light and our pulse lights as well. Nav light, pulse light is on, and now what we want to do is go to, before we start the aircraft, I like to make sure that we get our flight plan in. So we're going to set this over to FMS Flight Management System. So we, as you can see, this thing changes here. Nav 1, Nav 2 would be our localizers, so we want to set that to FMS. We don't have a flight plan in, but we can go here to MFD, multiple flight display, I believe is what MFD means. And we're going to go to flight plan here, and we're going to go to add the origin. The origin aircraft today is FARO, which is Lima Papa Foxtrot Romeo. And it should recognize it there as FARO. We're going to enter that in, and the destination airport we're going to is going to be GIBRALTAR, if I know I'm butchering that, which would be LXGB. There it is. We're going to enter that in as well. All right, so there is that is a direct. Obviously, we're not going to be flying directly there. We're going to be flying over all this beautiful countryside and ortho with the new World Update 8 of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So the first thing we're going to do, we don't have a departure. Actually, we do have a departure, NARAC 3 Foxtrot. So we're going to go into procedures, departure, which is the first we're going to pick runway 10. Actually, no, we're not going to pick runway 10. We're going to go and first change our departure here, which is going to be the NARAC 3 Foxtrot. Hopefully it's in here. Probably it's not. NARAC 3 Foxtrot. Looks like that one's it right there. And the runway is, it's telling me runway 9 here, but apparently according to this departure, it only allows you to use runway 10. Okay, so we will take runway 10. Now the transition is, we don't have a transition. There's actually not a transition that is available. So if we go back to our PFD and go to our flight plan, we can see that I just want to make sure I entered in that departure correctly. I don't think I did. Yeah, I got to load it. So runway 10 on the NARAC 3 Foxtrot, which is a NARAC 3 Foxtrot here. And let's go ahead and load. Okay, so now it's loaded, as you can see. So we're going straight out and then up to NARAC and then off. But we're going to be entering more waypoints in here, which that is going to change. So now let's go to our flight plan. And as we can see the departure here, according to the charts, let's take a look at the charts here. So if we go to the charts here, and we see, actually, let's first link our symlink. Link in the symlinks here. So this departure here, let's go to LFPR. Let's click on the departure, which is the NARAC 3 Foxtrot. We're going to go ahead and link that down. We're also going to take our taxi chart. We're going to plug that in as well. Let me just make sure this is the proper. No, that is not the one we want. We want this one actually. So there we are. So runway 10. So we're going to be pushing back and then taxiing on Papa all the way down to runway 10. So let's go back to our departure page here. And I'm not seeing, okay, so flight level 6,000. So at NARAC, we need to be below 6,000. So what we're going to do is at NARAC, I'm going to plug in 6,000 feet here, and then I'm going to enter that in. So it knows that at that, there we need to be at 6,000. So we're going to go ahead and set our altitude for 6,000. Okay, so altitude is at 6,000 there. And then from there, we're going to now add in route waypoint. So from NARAC, we actually want to go into an airway, which I'm not seeing here. So let's go back. Let's go to flight plan. And let's actually go to add in route. So from NARAC, Yankee 136. There we go. Okay, so Yankee 136, boom, there it is. So the entry is NARAC and the airway is 136. So the exit is Naples. So boom, there it is. Okay, so as we could see, that is correct. That is what I have on SimBrief as well here, or on a Navigraph, as we could see um, right here to Naples. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Now from Naples, we're going to load an airway. And from Naples, the airway is going to be Uniform November 747. So we're going to click that one. So that's going to be the entry, and the exit is going to be SLV. All right, SLV. And then we're going to load that. From SLV, we're going to load in another airway, and the airway entry is going to be Uniform Mike 744. And the exit is going to be MAR. Okay. From MAR, we have another airway we're going to load, which is going to be Uniform November 864. And the exit point is going to be Pimos, which, as you can see, there is no exit point. Oh, okay, there it goes. Pimos. Load that. From Pimos, we're going direct to the airport. So we have no more, so we can go to done, and there's no more waypoints we need to enter. So there we have it. Now we're going to go back to our procedure. First of all, we want to turn VNav enabled. And then we're going to go back to our procedures here, and we're going to go to our arrival page. We don't have an arrival because it's direct from Primos, but we are going to ask for an ILS approach, which we don't have an ILS approach either. So there's no approaches whatsoever. So this is all visual. Okay. I'm not sure if that's correct, but let's double check Navigraph here. So if we go to Navigraph, we go to our arrival airport, Gibraltar, and we do our approach, which we want runway 09er. So, okay, it looks like we don't have an ILS frequency. So it looks like you go in from Repa and then you turn and then you land that way. Okay. Depending on what the wind's doing, though. So that's runway 09. If we took runway 07, we can go straight in. And at Yankee, we need to be at 1500. And there's actually some weather over here too, by the way. So I don't feel too comfortable. Transition is 6000. I don't feel too comfortable with not having any ILS systems. But hey, we have to do it manually. We have to do it all manually. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the home page. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to enter in our speed bugs, and we are gonna be V1, VX, and VY. So rotate is gonna be at 90, which 90 knots is very typical, very standard for our rotation speed to take off. We also need to go to SimBriefs here, and we need to look at our block fuel. Our block fuel is 1,078 pounds. So we're going to go to fuel, and we're going to, first of all, increase that, and 1,078 pounds. So 1,096 pounds is fine with me, and our payload is 1,150 pounds. So payload is 1150. 1152 is good. 2 pounds. Someone ate a bigger lunch than what they needed to eat. So we're a total of 6,876 pounds, and the max is 7,394. So can't go over 7,400 pounds for max takeoff weight. So we are good with our fuel, and we are good with our payload. We're actually going to go ahead and fire up SimBriefs. And we're actually going to take our bird to probably 12,000 feet. And we don't have a TBM for Pack X, but we have a CJ4. So let's just go ahead and use that one, and we'll go ahead and start that. So we can hear our passengers are now in the back, loading up in the back. We're going to actually take our pushback, and we're going to pre-plan our pushback.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love
We're just
to
going to
welcome
ask
you
him,
aboard
whoa,
our flight.
what the hell is he
When
doing
you
here?
find
What
your
is
seat,
that?
please be
What the
sure
heck
to
is this
place your
about here?
larger carry-on items in the overhead bins
Okay.
and smaller items underneath the
Pre-plan
seat in front of
pushback.
you. Unless you're in a front
Okay, it
row,
looks like
please
it's
place
gonna.
all of your items in the overhead bins. If you have any trouble
There we
finding
go.
a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to assist you. If the overhead bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and
There's
sit
our
down in your seat to
pre-plan.
allow
All right,
other
our passengers are
passengers to
already
find their
in.
seats
Go
as
ahead and
well.
sync this bug.
If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the
All
safety
right,
card in your
so
seat back in
crash
front of
bars, the
you.
pulse lights on,
Please make
navi
sure you are
lights on,
willing and
started in
able
the
to
abort
perform the actions
position.
required. If
Okay,
you are
so
not
this is a
able or
starter
prefer not
procedure.
to perform these
Just want to make
actions, please let a
sure
flight attendant know so you can be
we got our speed bugs
You are free
in.
to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process.
Speed bugs
We
in.
ask that
Charts, we
larger
don't have that.
electronic
Our flight
devices
plan
are
is in.
stowed
Our
once you
procedures are
depart
in. Let
from
me
the
just
gate.
double
Thank
check
you and welcome aboard.
this. Okay, flight plan is
We're ready
in.
to go when you are.
All right, thank you. Go to weather here. Not seeing anything. Okay, so if we go to PFD, we are on FMS. The timer, we will start that. Our nav, we're going to go and we're just going to pretend that our squawk is 1573. We're going to enter that in and we're going to just turn it on. We'll do altitude reporting once we get to the runway. And our comms, we don't need those because we're not talking to ATC today. But okay, so now what we're going to do is we are done loading the aircraft. We're going to come to the back here and we're going to close this door. Okay. Okay, door's closed. Now we're going to take this door, close that. Oh, that sounds awesome. Okay. Then we're going to go check the weather again. And our METAR report is showing that we do have some
Good morning,
scattered
ladies and
clouds.
gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 10. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour
So that's
and
not working.
4 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Just trying to get the METAR reporting here. METAR. And we will be at LPFR. Okay. So its temperature is 14 degrees according to this, and its pressure, the kilopascals are 1010. So just 29082, I believe. Okay, 29082 there, and we'll change it on this. 29082 there, and then we will now go and ask our pushback, request our pushback. Come on back here. And once he's done pushing us back, we're going to go ahead and fire this engine up. This animation always is a little off. Okay, parking brake is off. No, don't want to push back. Okay. Let's see if we could do this manually. See if this person will come back. Okay, that's interesting. That's fine. And we're going to go ahead and stop. Parking brake is set.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another. Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
All right, set
To release
upstairs.
your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. In the event that the seatbelt light is not on, we suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened in case of unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this
All right,
aircraft.
ignition is
Please
in
take a
the
few
on
moments now to
position.
locate
The
your nearest
auxiliary
exit.
pump
In some
needs to be in
cases,
the
your
on
nearest exit
position.
may be
The
behind you.
fuel needs to
If we
be
need
in
to
the
evacuate the
manual
aircraft,
position. The
floor
auto
level
trim
lighting will
needs to
guide
be
you
in the on
towards the
position.
exit. In
And
the
the
event that the cabin loses
emergency
pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of
this
you.
emergency
Start
locator
the flow of
transmitter
oxygen,
needs to be
pull
in
the
the
mask
arm
towards
position,
you.
which it
Place it
is.
firmly over your nose and mouth and
Okay,
secure the
bandit, this is
elastic
good.
band
This is
behind your
good.
head. Tighten the
Ignition
strap
is
if
in the on
necessary and breathe
position, and we're
normally.
going to hold
Although the
our
bag does not
starter
inflate,
for
oxygen
2
is
seconds.
flowing to the
1,
mask. If you are
2,
traveling with a child or someone who
and
requires
release.
assistance, secure your mask first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises
All right,
you
we're
it's
waiting
safe
on
to remove it.
13
In the event
and
that the
1,
pilot
or
decides
excuse
to
me,
take us for a swim, a
and G
fashionable life
13,
vest
which
is
were there, so
located
we
in
can
the
go
pouch under your seat or
into
between the armrests.
light feather.
When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and
Now we're
remove
going to
the
go
vest.
in, that's
Slip
low
it over
idle.
your head.
Then we're going to go into
Wrap
high
the straps
idle
around your waist
once
and
we
buckle
hit
at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red
50
cord
and
only
G.
when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual
At 50, we can go to
inflation. Each
high
vest is
idle.
equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatory
Now we
is
have rotated
prohibited by
over.
law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Okay, clear.
Warning, okay.
Clear the alarms. We're going to go ahead and turn the pilot heat on. Inertial separator can come on as well. We need to come upstairs here. Taxi light can come on. Strobe lights can come on. The ignition can go to the auto position. The auxiliary boost can go to the auto position. The autopilot trim can go into the on position. Oxygen now should go on according to the manual. And we're going to go down here to our bleed air pressurization, go to the auto position. Our AC can go into pilot, and our alarm should clear. So auto select parking brake. Okay, so we need to, the inertial separator is on, I understand that, and the auto select to the manual fuel, that's what it was, the fuel needs to be going to the auto. So this thing will rotate automatically. Flaps we're not going to set until we get to the runway because we don't want, the flaps sit pretty low to the aircraft. We don't want our prop engine to kick a rock or something up and damage any part of the aircraft. So we will hold on that. We do have an altitude set of 6,000 feet for now. We're going to cruise up to 12,000. We're going to take our FLC, which is our flight control, and we also want to have a bank angle turned on. I don't want to, you know, erratically, the aircraft to erratically turn itself. So the flight level change means we're going to climb at a rate of 150 knots here. Okay, 150 knots, sync our heading, and we're gonna just go through our checklists. So all our lights are on, auxiliary boost is on, fuel's on, autopilot, trim, emergency locator is on. We have started our engine successfully. Igniter switch is set to the auto position. Let me just double check that. Igniter position is set to the auto position, yes. Oxygen is on, AC is on for the pilot, and pressurization is set to auto. So checklist is complete. Our flight plan is set. Our V-speeds are currently set, which is 90 knots on rotation. Our QNH pressure is set to 29082. We have set our flight computer system to FMS, Flight Management Systems, and our altitude is set to initial 6,000. Transponder is set for in the on position. It is not set in the altitude reporting position yet. The PFD settings, primary flight displays, are all set. We need to set our wind.
We're ready for departure.
I understand that. Thank you. We're going to go to PFD settings, other PFD, and we're going to go to other PFD settings. We're going to go to wind, and we're going to turn on option 3, which is our no wind data, but that will come alive in a little bit. And we are now taxis. Our inertial separator is on. And we're going to do a quick flight control check just to make sure our that our flight controls are working. You can see in our rudder. Okay, so we are good to go here. Let's now go and flight controls have checked. Flight level change button has been set to the on position, as you can see right here, and we are good to go for taxi. All we got to do now is release the parking brake and head to the runway. Parking brake is released. Pull this yoke. Actually, I like the yoke off. Don't need any anti-ice systems right now because, as we can see, it is 14 degrees and there's no need for that. So let's go ahead and increase our power. We're a little heavy. All right, taxi light is on. But our pedals are definitely a little sensitive. All right, let me remove this. Let me just make sure. No, don't need that. Just make sure we got everything we need here, which it looks like we do. All right. And we're going to make a left turn here. This aircraft is very touchy, but she is fun to fly. Fire station down there, that's cool. So we're going to set standard barrel pressure at 6,000 feet, according to the charts here. So we can come on down here to our flight computer. What do we need to do? We need to go to our communications, and we're going to go to our squawk. We're going to just go to altitude reporting, turn that on now, get that out of the way. We're going to fly straight out, and then it's going to be a left turn. Off track here. Currently on Papa, going all the way. We don't need the whole runway. We'll just probably enter in from whatever point this is, which that would be, I'm not sure. No need to look at it. Let's go ahead and fire up the landing lights. All the lights here are on. Strobe lights on, landing lights on, so we got to set the heading bug, and we need to set our flaps. Go ahead and set those flaps now. Flaps should be indicating to the TO takeoff position. And we are clear for takeoff. Clear on final, clear down the runway. Ladies and gentlemen, be seated for departure. Thank you. Okay, that didn't work there. There we go. Gentlemen, be seated for departure. Thank you. All right, so we're going to ease the power to half, make sure we are stable. And we are stable in max thrust. Push a little nose down pressure. Airspeed is alive. We're at 60 knots, 90 at rotation. 80 knots. We're going to go neutral. And we're at 90. We're going to rotate. All right, we're at a positive rate. We're going to go gear up. Those winds, man. Sync. We're going to go to flaps clean. We're going to drop our, lower our speed a little bit here. We're going to keep the inertial separator on probably as we go through the clouds. So we're going to go ahead and drop our nose a little bit till we get to our flight directors here. And we're now going to go autopilot. Yaw damper automatically comes on, and autopilot is now taking over the aircraft. As you can see, we're supposed to climb at 150, which is the flight level change shows 150, so we should drop a little bit. And then now we're going to turn to nav, so the aircraft should make a slight left turn. That's beautiful. So after takeoff checklist, gear is up and indicating. Autopilot yaw damper is both on, nav mode is on, half bank is on as well, as we can see there. We're going through the clouds, so the inertial separator will stay on. And at about 10,000 feet, we're going to turn off our landing lights, and at 6,000 feet, we're going to go to standard baro. ahead and sink our bug. Anti-ice is still not needed. Everything looks good so far. There's our left turn. On our departure, which is the Forna 3, I think. Okay, at this point, we're out of the clouds. We're going to go ahead and turn off the inertial separator. As you can see, the power is going to now increase. All right, so we're at 6,000. Let's go ahead and increase now to 10,000. So 10,000 feet, we're going to go ahead and sink the heading. And we're going to go ahead and standard barrel pressure, which is 29092 on our backup as well as here. And we can pretty much go there now is fine. So, oh, barrel pressure doesn't work. Interesting. It says push for standard, not working. Okay, that's a bug. Let's just do it manually, 29092. And once we pass 10,000 feet, our landing lights are going to come off. Flying this aircraft in VR is an experience of its own, let me tell you. It is so awesome. Moving up to 9,000. All right, and we're going to increase now to 12,000. That was our 1,000-foot call out. I believe the service ceiling for this airplane is 31 or 32,000. I believe it's 31,000 feet.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet.
All right, 10,000 feet, landing lights can come off. Strobe, all these can stay on.
Seatbelt fasten while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
Alright, so we're going direct to Nyrik, which is 14.7 nautical miles. We'll be there in 5 minutes and 10 seconds. As you can see, the ETA here. Flying on a heading of 52, and ground speed is 170 knots. Airspeed is 150. So that's our 1,000-foot call out, and we're now going to be leveling off at 12,000 feet, which is our cruising altitude for this flight. The speed will increase. This aircraft doesn't have an auto throttle, so we will manually control the throttle here. And we're going to be cruising about 210 to 215 knots. We're pitching down. Look at that. So beautiful. along the coastline like this. Delicious. Speed's increasing. 79% on the torque, so we are looking good. And once we make a right turn, we're going to start some planning for the arrival. So I think this flight's only like 50 minutes or something. It's pretty short. It's like being a passenger in the back seat here. It's pretty cool. Seatbelts. Such a cool aircraft. Love the multi-display here, the Garmin multi-display.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
Increase that power a little bit here. So far it's been a pretty smooth one, pretty smooth flight. Ortho looks pretty nice. Do you like it? Alright, so let's do some planning now for our top of descent. which we can see here. So we go to flight plan, we go to a VNAV. VNAV is enabled. Okay, so that's good. Now let's go back to home. Let's go back to our flight plan. Actually, let's go back here. Let's go to procedures and on the approach. Now we don't have an approach available, but if we go back to home, we go to flight plan here. We might be able to enter in. Let me actually take this here. Put this over here. Let's remove that. Give you guys some views while I look at some here. Let's see if we can turn on some tunes. All right, let's check some stuff out here. Let's look at some numbers. So we are going to do a runway 27 or landing. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. .270 on the approach. So let's come on down here and let's take a look at flight plan. So at PMOS, we need to be at at about 2,500 feet. So our top of descent right there is indicating. So at PMOS at 2,500 feet, as you can see, TOD top of descent is right there, which I don't trust that. How is it from 12,000? We're going to go to 2,500 feet there. Yeah, don't think I necessarily trust that. From PMOS, let's do 10. Not sure if that. Okay, so these are radar fixes. 10.0 nm. sure. I'm very confused with this arrival. I've not done an arrival like this before, so I am very confused here. So straight liner that use the runway is limited to visual approaches only. So this is only a visual approach, and there's weather there. So wow. Does the runway have any kind of ILS? Let's see. Approach. There's no approach whatsoever. So this is purely an ILS. I mean, a visual. So we need to set this to 3,000 feet for, or I mean 6,000 for initial. There's actually weather there too, so I don't know if this is gonna. I hope we're able to get there, because clearly we may not be able to land. May have to turn around and go back. So the weather system is not working in this mod yet. Sync that. At least we know our minimums is 908 feet. So minimums, we're gonna do radial altimeter 902 feet. We're gonna enter that in. Minimum's 902 feet is checked there. Traffic is on. Speed bugs. Approach is gonna be about 85 to 90 knots, which is very standard here in this aircraft. And I've got our audio, so yeah, we have no navigation. Okay. There is one fix we can enter in. Which is Yankee. So let's go to our flight control page. And Primos is our last waypoint that is entered. So let's go and add in Yankee. Y-A-N-K-E-E. Y-A-N-K-E-E. No match is found, huh? Really? Okay. And it looks like we're pretty blind on this arrival here. As you can see, this is already telling me that I need to start descending. This is my descent indicator here. Well, take a look at that right there. That is not good. Oh, we have ice. You can see we have ice. Inertial separator needs to come on as well. We don't want ice going into the engine. There we go. The ice is now cleared. That's good. that looks very ominous there. We definitely don't want to fly through that. Whoops. Damn, we're like going over there. Universal separator on. Okay. Looks like a pretty strong storm cell right there. Oh, we got some storm cells. We're actually going to be making a right turn shortly here. And then we're going to head this direction. just in case we need to deviate here. Just in case we need to deviate. Looking at some airports in the area. Inertial separator off. Yeah, just in case we have to deviate, we might have to, I don't know, because of the weather. It looks pretty bad. We may have to deviate to another airport in the area with an ILS so we can land, because this is purely a visual approach. There's no ILS frequency, there's no nav frequency, so yeah. These come down to is pretty cool. Part of the improvement mod. Surprisingly, it's been very smooth for the most part. So I got a METAR report here showing a few clouds at 1,600 feet. Scattered at 6,000. No significant weather. Wind 60 east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. So the wind's not too bad. Is that rain right there? Yeah, looks like it. Interesting. According to the airway chart here, I'm supposed to be at 14.5 right now. Flight level 14.5. So we'll go ahead and climb. 167 is fine. Getting up into the clouds here, possibly. Thousand feet to go. A little more bumpy up here. Just flying right through all these clouds. Who knows? We might be good. I don't know. Take a break. Step away for a sec. All right. We're getting close here. Well, we should already start our descent. All right, so the speed's going to increase. And let's go ahead and sync the heading bug. So a lot of this is going to be manual.
Flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
Landing gear.
Oh.
Landing gear.
Wow, look at that. Woo! Look at that, Orth.
We've begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final
Wow, look
time.
at these mountains.
Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please
We might have a
complete all
break in the
Wi-Fi
weather
related
here.
tasks and stow any larger electronics.
All right, so we are now getting a little above the glide path, so go ahead and move up to about 1,200 feet per minute. 1,100 feet per minute will work. Speed is now coming down. Let's go ahead and increase the throttle a little bit. And we are now passing about 10,000 feet. Lane light's going to come on. So we have this calculated for at PMOS to be at 2,500 feet, I believe. According to the flight plan, yep. And we're gonna we're gonna take it down to that 2,500. Let's go ahead and slow down a little bit. Look at that bridge. Turn that inertial separator on. The alarm will sound in a minute. Wow. Look at this coastline. This must be so awesome to like live here. You got the coast and then you got the mountains. Yep. Wow, so beautiful. All right. All right. So let's pull up here a little bit. Increase our throttle. And line lights are on. All our lights are on up here. Minimums are in at 902 feet. And don't have an ILS frequency. Inertial separator is on. CDI is... We don't have a localizer, so that doesn't matter. Let's go down to 600 feet now. Let's enter the airport's elevation, which is 12 feet. Oops. Okay, doesn't look like it gives me that option, huh? Guess not. Alright, so we're now down to 3, so we can probably turn off our ice, the ice systems. Pilot heat and inertial separator stay on. And we're now going to start to push this thing down a little bit. That would be VATSIM doing that, which we've had really no traffic at all here. Start slowing down a little bit. Probably keep it at 160-ish.
Landing gear.
Whoop. So I got a fix here at Yankee. We need to be at 1,500 feet. Thousand feet. And we're going to be holding here for a while. Two feet on the thing, and we forgot, but we need to set our QNH 29082. QNH 29082. So we're just coming at now up to 2,500 feet. We're going to hold here for a little while. See, the runway is actually right there. That's good. We'll have a visual of this. It's right there along the mountain. Airplane will make this correction. Get back and lined up here. The approach course is 270. Make sure we put a heading of 270, which is right there. So we're gonna be this is pure visual. We're gonna be holding this for a while, probably for at least well, not a while, but probably at least another 3 to 4 minutes. The airport is somewhere right here. Probably increase our speed a little bit. So 270, we're getting lined up with 270. Currently at Mach 0.305. Barrel pressure is set. Landing lights are on. No ILS frequently. Minimums are at 902 feet. Inertial separators on. CDI to localizer. Don't need to do that because we have no localizer. Make sure we're back on nav again. And autopilot yaw damper. Altitude is holding, and we're at the automatic cross transfer of the fuel. Bank angle can come back on. Nav is still on. Approach course 270, 190 on the speed. And we're now going to go ahead and slow down a little bit. And we're going to now drop to 1,500 feet before we go manual. Drop it about 900 feet per minute. And once again, all our lights are currently on, so we are good. We are currently about 3 minutes and 47 seconds from the airport at 11.3 nautical miles out, now 11.2 nautical miles out. There's the runway right there. So we're going to hold at 1,500. And indicating. Runway's there. We could be a little bit off. Let's go ahead and turn to the right. And then we will come on down to 1,000 feet. Approach is 95. As you can see, we're fully red, so we're low. And we'll go back into 270 now. We're going to slow down a little bit more. Gears coming down. There's one light there. That is good. All right, there we are. Let's go autopilot yaw damper. Let's go manual. Minimums are checked, and we are going to continue. And let's start the flight recorder here. Come on. Let's go ahead and record. So we're looking good, a little high. We can drop down a little bit now. Check. Reverse prop, nose down gently. And 35 knots is good. Manual braking. And ladies and gentlemen, we are down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 1:23 p.m. and it's currently about 14 degrees Celsius.
All right, let's go ahead and just reload that replay.
Please stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items
Let's just
may
take a
have
look at
shifted
it.
during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
I gotta say, that was spicy. I did like that one. I mean, look at the reflection off this right here. Man. Look at that water. That looks real. Only got a 79% satisfaction rate. Come on, guys. We can do better than that. I'd say that's at least a 85 to 90. That was beautiful. Just absolutely stunning. All right, let's do another one.
Thank you.
Man, that just looks amazing. All right, one more. Love the sound of that reverse prop. Let's retract those flaps. Oh, can't do it yet. Look at like this green look. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and stop the replay, and it's gonna throw us right at where we leave the aircraft off here. Looks like it already did. Okay. Man, that was dope. First time flying in this airport too. Nice little handcrafted airport from Microsoft with the standard edition of the simulator. Beautiful flight. Alright. A little bit of lights up here. Taxi light on. Look at these boats. Damn. Look at that yacht. Jesus. Alright, flaps are up. Let's go ahead and turn off the altitude button here. All this is off. Flight directors can come to the opposition as well. Inertial separator should be on, which it is. Oh wait, we don't need any of this on. Turn the pilot heat off as well. Go ahead and clear those alarms. That's it, folks. Successful flight. We made it. It's going to be my first time checking out this handcrafted airport as well. Cars parked right here. That's cool. And this is like an actual road here where traffic crosses. It's crazy. So you actually drive on a runway. That is pretty crazy. Super cool. So we're gonna probably go over here to, I don't know, this could be signature. We're gonna check out the airport though with the drone camera. There's the bus waiting for our passengers here. So I'd say right about there's good. Let's go ahead and turn that parking brake on. Clear the parking brake alarm. And let's go ahead and shut off this. These lights can come off. Hey bus, what are you doing? You're supposed to wait, bro. I got passengers here. You're supposed to wait. Okay. Well, that was pretty rude of him. Alright, so, you know, unfortunately, I'm not understanding something about this airplane. I haven't figured it out yet. Turn the inertial separator off. I can't turn this thing over to the idle position so I could cut off the fuel flow to shut the prop down. They say you're supposed to left click and then press left click to hold and then right click and you know, push over, but it's, I don't know. This is maybe the release right here, and then I don't know. I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. So we're just gonna leave the engine running. I would like to do a shutdown procedures, but yeah, I don't know how that cutoff works. Why it's not working. Oh, there it goes. Sweet. guess I didn't have it in the right, wasn't positioned directly in the center. Okay, cool. Sweet. Watch that prop stop to spin there, and you should see the propellers maybe turn. They're gonna turn. Got our passengers leaving. Let's do a full shutdown here. So dimmer light, all this is off. This is off. We can go over here and we can go to our, this will go to the abort, the ignition go to the off position, auxiliary pump can go to the off position, and the fuel can stay in manual. This can go into the off position. Oxygen crew, supply oxygen for the crew can go to the off position. All these are off. And this AC unit can go to the off position, as well as the bleed air can go to the off position. Let's go ahead and remove all those. Flaps are up. We have a cutoff in our fuel, and our manual override is in the off position. We're going to go to the flight plan here. We're just going to cancel it for the next crew, whoever flies this aircraft. Unfortunately, due to time, we're actually not going to be able to fly back. So it's only here. Unfortunately, I apologize for that. I know I said we'd go here and then we'd fly back to FARO, but unfortunately something came up that I gotta actually take care of, so I can't do that. But let's go to the flight plan here and let's remove the origin and let's remove the destination, which is this guy here. So let's go to remove that destination and remove this as well. Let's see here. It could be this one that needs to be removed. Remove that airway and remove this airway and remove. Okay, it won't let me remove that. Will let me remove that. Okay, it won't let me remove that. It will let me remove that. And it needs to let me remove this guy. Oh, there we go. So you gotta remove the airways and not the fixes. Okay, cool. So flight plan has been removed, which is good. Ooh, look at this little, looks like there's a little airport right there too. Okay, so now the flight plan has been removed. We can go to our transponder and we could just go back to 7,000. We'll enter that in. And this can all just stay where it's at. And let's turn off our minimum indicator, which would be, let's go just to the off position there. We'll enter that in. And we actually forgot, we'll turn off our speed bug. And our timer, we totally forgot to start our timer. No biggie, whatever. It was about an hour. So that's pretty much it for the computer system here. This is also cool too. You have a double screen here. Okay, so now park and brake is set. All this is landing gears down. All this is off. Now we can go up top to our crash bar and just pull it down. And we flew for an hour and 9 minutes. Okay. There we go. Now we can come on over here. You gonna let me out, man? Doesn't open. Guess once you close it, huh? Is it because it's locked? Probably locked. There we go. You unlock it. Here's probably the lock button display backup. What is this? Oh, that's funny, dude. That's dope. Is it the pilot? That's cool. I see. And then there was one here. I should have flew with this person here. It's pretty cool. All right, sweet. Well, she's taking off. And that unlocks it. All right, go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM. Now, let's go over here, go to camera, go to showcase. Let's take a look at this airport here. Handcrafted airport. Modeling inside here a little bit. Pretty cool. It's like a little soccer field right here. Victoria Stadium. It's freaking awesome, man. And maybe when we fly out of here, we'll take the Airbus. Another TBM right here. All right, folks. That's it from me. Successful flight. Had some weather, but it was all good. My first time flying in here, that was a fun one. I love all these cruise ships over here. This is freaking awesome modeling. Absolutely great job by Microsoft. This is all stock scenery too from Microsoft. None of this is any mods. Super cool. All right, folks, that's it for me. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Take care.